Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
Precious.
We don't care, we're about to swear on the air. It's the after the show, so tune in if you dare. KVJ, get risque every single day. It's uncensored. We can say what we want to say.
Well, hello, welcome to the Tuesday KVJ After the Show podcast.
Yeah, shit, yeah.
Today is Virginia's birthday, so she's taking a couple days, go spend with family. She didn't wake up till after 9 o'clock this morning. She said, man, sleeping on your birthday is so nice.
Yeah, she legit can sleep. She's like a Denny's. She's like a you, where you guys can go under and sleep hours on end without waking up, and that's just amazing to me.
Yeah, I think it's just normal. I think you had the abnormal part of that. And, yeah, I mean, I don't sleep late. I can't remember the last time I probably slept past 8 a.m. or 9. I mean, 9's really crazy for me.
I would, I would have to have gone to bed super, super, super late for me to ever wake up that late.
Yeah, I'm that way as well.
When you were a little kid, did you love staying up late?
Yeah, I'm a night owl by nature. You know, I remember there was an experiment that they had done in college. They told us, they said, you know, go to bed when you're tired and just wake up. And so that was the thing we were supposed to do for a class project. And they assigned it to us on a week where we were going to be off. And so I did that and kind of got into my biorhythms. And I figured out, at least at the time, me going to bed at about 3 a.m. and waking up at noon was my natural, that was when I worked best.
Loved staying up late as a kid.
Yeah, and so I was kind of in that groove. And then unfortunately what happened was I got into morning radio not long after I had done that, and it was pretty much the exact opposite, where I was then up all night and then I have to try to figure out how to sleep at different hours. And I've been that way for almost 30 years of my life now.
And I love waking up in the morning. I like getting shit done in the morning.
Yeah.
And then the evening, I like to turn it off.
I'm that way now. Yeah, I just feel like a lot of times in the darkness, I think you can lose track of time and you just wind up doing a bunch of, nothing. So, but then I didn't, have to worry about it.
You're describing me. I got no one watching me, so I'm always left to my own devices.
Yeah.
You have a wife, you have kids. They keep you
on track.
grounded.
Yeah, they keep you on track. Yeah, you got things to do. Be like, okay, what time is it? I need to be getting this done, that done, that done. I got to stay on a schedule. Yeah, if you just kind of like let it go, then, you're just left to whatever the world brings you. So that's what's different. I will tell people I'm sorry that we are having email issues and have for about the last 5 days. So if you sent us an email, we can't get anything. And it's the craziest thing. We have the national or global email provider saying everything's fine on their end, and then where it's routed through our company saying everything's fine on their end.
But it's not fine.
Clearly someone is wrong, because everyone who's sending us an email saying it's getting bounced back. So I guess you're aware that the emails are not coming through, but we're left at the point where both sides are not willing to admit that there's anything wrong on either side. And so we're like, well, then what do you do to fix it? And I don't know. Like, we're just being told that you guys are crazy, your email's fine. And clearly it's not fine, because I know I've tried to send us an email. We've run tests and people are telling me, so I apologize. I know we're missing a lot of people's birthdays and your comments and everything else. And it kind of makes it a pain in the ass, because typically the after the show is reading your emails and we've got no emails.
Well, most of the time, it really sucks too, because it's a twofold problem. You guys aren't getting your voices heard. It's not helping out our podcast. And then Denny's got to deal with it for an hour and a half. And then he's behind on his other shit. It's a dumb fuck problem to have.
Right. And you're like, how does that happen? Where clearly one of you is wrong. Because I can promise you these emails are not coming through. And how people, when you see this in tech stuff, where people think you're crazy, and like going, look, motherfucker, I know emails are not coming through. I don't know how many we've had, but it's very, very clear to me. I'm not that dumb. And I think sometimes tech people think you're just dumb. You
Well,
can't
tech
figure
people
it out.
can be dicky. I mean, anybody that's an expert in their field can be dicky.
And you're like, I don't care what I know what's going on. Our emails are not coming through, and they're like, okay, sure, your emails aren't
You're
coming
so
through.
right. I've had techie people tell me shit that I know was wrong. Like, no, you're doing it wrong. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm not doing it wrong. Believe me, something
Yeah.
I do. I know I'm dumb.
It's like
when it comes
I
to
couldn't
this shit,
fix
but-
it. I can't tell you to do it right, but I can tell you the basic rudimentary
Yes.
fact that the emails are not coming through, and they're bouncing back to everybody who's sending them.
They had a SNL sketch back in the day called Nick Burns, Computer Genius.
Okay.
And everything was about how you'd ask him a problem and he'd go, all right, move. And he'd do it for you. And he was always so annoyed with your questions.
Right.
There's a reason why they did that character, because those people exist.
Yes. So that's basically what is going on here is they don't even really believe that we've got email problems on either side. And we're like, yeah, we do.
It sucks.
So I don't know how we get this fixed because nobody wants to admit that.
Should we I mean, I know not everyone has Facebook, but should people send us Facebook messages for right now to get something?
Yeah, I mean, if you got something, we're combing all the other platforms that are out there, and we're getting feedback from the app. We're getting Facebook messages, so I'm getting whatever I possibly can. We have people in the chat and all that kind of stuff. So, wherever you've got stuff, if you have a comment to send to us, we'll likely see it on the other platforms, and I'll announce when we get the email fixed so you know. But right now, it is still down.
See, Anna, she's doing great. She put in the chat room, because I was going to bring this up to you, Kev. She said, yeah, I sent an email to Bird. Lake Park Russo's is closing. And that's a legendary sub shop in northern Palm Beach County. And they're going bye-bye. They're going bye-bye pretty darn quick. End of July, I saw.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious exactly what it is, and I wonder if it's what's going on now. There are some different places that are closing because, one, the pandemic was tough, and then two, getting the employees. I know the Mellow Mushroom that was in Delray Beach, they had cited that, yeah, we survived the pandemic, and now that we came back, we just can't get enough staff to work this, and so their lease also was up with Mellow Mushroom. I guess you have to sign 14 years, and the guy was like 71. He's like, I don't want to be running a pizza joint till I'm 86. So he's like, screw it. So
There's long contracts can scare a person.
Yeah, so he was out. But yeah, we had recently done the best subs in South Florida, let you know, to that point of Russo's. And they finished third in the voting. You had Publix number 1, 38% of the vote. La Spada's was 2 with 19%, and Russo's finished third with 12% of the voting for the best subs, ahead of Jersey Mike's that was up there. So to that point, yeah, I mean, people love Russo's subs, so that's going to be missed. Now, they do have the other location, right?
They do, but I mean, for Northern County, you're bummed out because you go there a lot.
That was your spot. Does anybody know exactly why?
Yeah, they Rashid in the chat room
Lease is up, not
is
renewing.
right. Yeah, they're closing because the lease is up, but they're not renewing. Now, what does that really mean? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Huh.
That plaza is pretty cool, though.
Where is it? I don't even know where it is.
It's off North Lake Boulevard, and they used to
Okay.
have a Kmart in this plaza, but now they got a fucking Hobby Lobby. Have you been in a Hobby Lobby? That is such great fun. You just walk around, and there's
No.
so much shit that's just weird.
It's not there anymore, right? The Hobby
The
Lobby?
Hobby Lobby is there.
It's still there.
They put it there recently.
Is it the plaza? Is there a Chick-fil-A?
There is.
Okay, I know where that is.
Yeah, the Hobby Lobby's new.
Okay.
There used to be a Kmart because my parent, or my mom, I should say, my mom and
Yeah.
Ann would take me and my sisters to go get Kmart.
Are there any more Kmarts?
I haven't seen a Kmart. I saw a Kmart in Oregon.
Yeah, because I think there used to be one at Military in Okeechobee, but that's a long time ago. I think that closed.
We would always eat meals at Kmart. They had a little restaurant. And I look back, they had some nasty
gross,
fucking
yeah.
food, man.
It's
It was
gross.
gross. I remember that the burger was gray looking.
Yeah.
But little kid, you don't give a shit when you're a little kid.
No.
Like, oh, it's a burger.
Seems special.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had those when I was. There's so many of those kind of department stores that are out there. Really big when you and I were growing up. We have one in Columbus near where I grew up called Gold Circle, And I think they actually had one here when I first got to South Florida, and it closed pretty quick. But you look to that end, there's so many of those. Ames was one that used to be open, and that shut down.
So it was a Zares, then it was an Ames down here right off North Lake Boulevard, and it turned into something else. But yeah, Zares and Ames was big for a minute down here.
There were a lot of those kind of department stores that were big, the big national brands that pretty much all of them are extinct now.
Did you have Jefferson's?
I think I've heard of Jefferson's, but we didn't have them.
That was at the
up.
Twin City Mall in Lake Park, which was king shit of fuck mountain back in the day.
Yeah.
Twin City Mall. And there was reports that I was almost kidnapped there.
Okay.
But then you look back, and I think my mom was overreacting. I don't think I was really almost. I think the guy worked there and wanted to know why I was sitting in the aisle.
Yeah.
But my mom thought I was getting kidnapped.
Your mom thought everything's getting kidnapped.
So you think...
But you grew up in an area where, I mean, with the Adam Walsh story that, it happened here in South Florida.
Right down, 40 minutes from here.
Not far. I kind of get why, your mom was that way.
Well, then you're eating breakfast, and every time you're seeing a missing child with your milk, they did beat it in everyone's brains back then about missing children.
Yeah, department stores, they really seem to kind of add to child abduction.
Big time. Well, Adam Walsh was abducted in a Sears.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of them. Have you ever heard of a place called Service Merchandise? Did they ever have those? I grew up with Service Merchandise.
No, we did not have that.
And that was a place we had that is no longer around. That is completely gone. Kaufman's?
Oh, yeah. Kaufman's, absolutely.
Yeah.
Kaufman's.
Yeah. They said, the Ames. Yeah, that it was J.C. Murphy's.
We had that in the Lake Park one.
Yeah, April of 1990, fought for Chapter 11. Mervyn's. Yeah. Did you have Mervyn's?
We did.
Yeah, Mervyn's is another one that is gone. And, you really have had I guess it's Walmart's probably put a lot of them to sleep. Target. Those two are really what you have now that's left.
And Walmart has restaurants inside them. They have Subways. They have McDonald's.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does Target? Target doesn't have restaurants, do we?
No, I think Target.
They do.
I think the one that is on Palm Beach Lakes has a Starbucks maybe in it.
And I think the one has
something like that.
The one on North Lake's got the one with the pretzels. They do have little restaurants in there.
Yeah. I think there are some that are there, but they have they've got it down to such an art form that they're taking everybody out. Like, there's really nobody that's even left.
Are you a Walmart guy or a Target guy?
I really don't go to either that much. I pretty much anything that we have, we order now. But I don't discriminate, but I think I prefer Target more. Target just doesn't feel as chaotic. Walmart feels like I'm walking into a world of what the fuck.
I always have a story when I go to Walmart. I would say 90% of the time, I at least have a story worth telling a friend that something happened in Walmart.
Yeah, it's kind of terrifying.
Hey, it's like you said, it's chaotic.
Yeah, it is.
And a lot of times you don't see a lot of people give a shit about helping.
Yeah. Kind of taking a look at all these places that have gone under, and some of these not even that long ago. Sports Authority.
I went to go find one about 3 months ago for a bit we were going to do. I needed a bunch of sports stuff for a World Record Wednesday.
Yeah.
And could not find a Sports Authority anywhere.
Gone bankrupt in 2016, and the brand was acquired by Dick's Sporting Goods.
Yeah, the closest place for me in Palm Beach Gardens was Dick's, and I think that was in Royal Palm.
Yeah, so that is gone now. How about that? So
I needed Dick's.
That's what happened to them. And remember Gander Mountain?
That I don't remember.
Gander Mountain. They had that. I think that was right off of I-95, right by just short of North Lake. I think that was a Gander Mountain.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's kind of like it's like an outdoor world. Hunting, fishing.
Oh, I do know what that is.
All that kind of stuff.
Okay.
They had a lot of guns there.
Got ya.
Yeah, they had a bankruptcy. They rebranded as Gander Outdoors, is what that is.
You have a gun?
No, I don't. I've got a concealed permit, but I don't have a gun, which is kind of weird.
I've had 4 or 5 people in the last month ask me if I'm getting a gun because at my house and all that.
Yeah, I'm supposed to get one. My dad even gave me money for one, but it's just kind of sitting there. I don't know why. Ironically, I can't pull the trigger.
Is this? It's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Is this a false sense of security? I've got hurricane windows, so I feel like if anyone tried to break in, it would be very, very tough. Everything is a hurricane, like my door.
Yeah, it's tough.
Everything
It's tougher.
is.
Yeah.
So if you had a gun and you were trying to break into my house, it would take. It would be a bit of a minute.
I mean, if somebody really wanted to come at you, now keep in mind, this is something that's really got to be hot, pissed, passionate, trying to get through. It would take probably 2 to 3 shots, shatter the glass, try to kick your way through it, but it kind of sticks together. So I don't even know. I haven't seen that demonstration.
It would be a process, though, for them to try to get in.
I think it would take something along those lines. I mean, in the demonstration they showed me one time, they had sledgehammers and all that stuff. They fired like a log into it from a cannon into the window, and it shattered, but it still held on.
Because I'm not as creeped out if I have prowlers or someone looking in, and I know it's really tough for them to get in.
Yeah, in fact, I probably have a false sense of security. Like I'd probably be taunting them on the other side.
That's why I'm asking.
And then they would probably come right through.
I don't want to do the I'm like, fuck you, buddy. You're grabbing your balls. Yeah, fuck you.
That whole demonstration is probably a complete lie, and I've got this false sense of security.
Well, I've told you before, I have legit 2 people that I think could possibly kill me. And it's always in the back of my mind. Anytime anything goes weird, but to your point, if they're in the backyard and I have this false sense of security, I would taunt them. Like, fuck you, you can't get me. But I want to make sure that I've got that taken care of before I taunt.
I know. I feel like I probably would do that, but it would probably take me out.
And there are people that's listened to the show that I angered them. Stuff had gone on, and there's one legit that wants me dead.
Okay, yeah.
For real. I've even given you the name in case something ever happens.
Yeah.
I don't know if you kept it.
Yeah, no, it's there's crazy things that have happened. You never know. You get one loose.
Well, that's all it takes. One weird
Yeah.
thing for it to ever happen in anybody's life, and it starts to change you a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I still trust people, but I'm just aware that I know there's someone out there that kind of would want to hurt me.
It only takes one nut job.
It takes one nut job to make it change a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Somebody texted in and said, yeah, the service merchandise used to be at Okeechobee and military. I thought so when I first got to town they had one. And somebody said, yeah, we had a service merchandise in Daytona Beach, and they did a contest where you buy an ice cube for $1, and they melted it there on the spot. They had diamonds in 3, and my friend, who was only 10, won one of them.
That's funny.
That's kind of a cool little promotion.
Rapids used to have a lot of really, really cool promotions back in the day because me and Denny's found out we were at the same event, but we didn't know each other back then. We went to the Kathy Ireland signing.
Okay,
they had Kathy
I remember
Ireland
you telling
there.
me that. Yeah, and you think you and Denny's were there at the same time.
We know we were there on the same day at the same time, and we were in the same line.
That's crazy.
I'd love to know how close I was to him. That'd be cool to go back and see.
You guys were standing next to each other. Wouldn't it be crazy if a photo came out?
Well, there's times where you guys would be hanging out at the TJ Fridays in West Palm Beach, and that used to be my stomping ground. That was way before I got on the show, but you guys would be there.
Yeah.
So I wonder if there was times when we were hanging out and didn't even realize it.
We were there like all the time, almost every day. Yeah, that happened a lot. Other places that have gone out, do you remember a place called Merry-Go-Round?
No.
I think I do. They went out in the 80s. You've got Miller's Outpost. Does that ring a bell?
It does not.
Okay. I remember hearing Miller's Outpost. That was another place.
The other one that was big for my childhood that I didn't even realize until we did one of our polls that it was still around was Lindbergh's. Lindbergh's been around since I was a child. My mom and Ann loved that fucking place.
And it's still around?
Yeah, some people are mentioning it for the best burger.
Okay, yeah.
They specialize in burgers.
Yeah. There's a couple places that fly under the radar, like that in Fuddruckers.
Are they around?
Yeah, I think they're still
Are they
around.
out in Wellington?
I don't know. They're somewhere. I think Wellington's where they are.
I remember they have a big you can scoop up a shit ton of relish at Fuddruckers.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you feel like you're swearing when you say it.
I don't hear that place talked about. It's weird because I think it is still open.
Yeah.
So does that mean they're not promoting it the right way?
Well, they just only have one, and so they probably don't have any kind of marketing budget, so they got to go word of mouth. Fuddruckers, it is, but still doesn't mean they have and the national company's probably like, we're not going to spend money on advertising for one damn store.
Yeah, I guess.
And a lot of times you might be on the hook yourself for that. So, You want people to talk about it. They just need to switch up the words because it does sound like a swear word.
Fuddrucker.
They need to call it Rudfuckers and see if people start showing up.
I would go. They have good food. I just never think of them.
Could you get away with a burger store called Rudfuckers?
I think you could. Never.
I'd like to see. Yeah, okay. Maybe not.
I don't think you can say fuck. I don't think you can do it publicly.
You would either be the hottest thing in Wellington or they would shut you down.
But could you spell it fuckers like F-U-G...
F-U-K-E-R-S.
Yeah, you spell it differently.
R-U-D-D-F-U-K-E-R-S, Rudfuckers.
Could you do that?
I don't know.
If I open up
What if we open up a burger joint called Rudfuckers right next to Fuddruckers?
Yeah, I mean, could you do that if you don't spell it?
Let's give it a shot. I got nothing going on today.
I want to
My
put
calendar's free.
I want to I would put it all on fuckruckers or whatever it's called.
Rudfuckers.
Rudfuckers.
Yeah.
I call it fuckruckers.
Yeah, no, that's not the name at all. Yeah, what about Payless? Did you know Payless was out? It went bankrupt in 2019.
I did know Payless was out. I thought, but to be quite honest, I thought Payless went out in the 80s.
You thought it's been gone for a long, long time.
Was that a shoe place?
It was, yeah, Payless shoes.
I hated going shoe shopping as a kid, especially to a Payless.
Yeah. No, I always had terrible shoes. Let me see here. Other stuff that we got going on here today. Thought this is kind of interesting. We're talking a little bit about, Brad Pitt and his breakup.
Did we talk about that today?
Yesterday, we were talking about what's going on. He's been still battling Angelina Jolie. It's been years. It's got to be so exhausting on that dude.
Was it worth it, Pitt? Was it?
Yeah. You got to wonder. But this apparently has happened many times where actors had to pretend to be in love on screen with their real life ex.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, I had even seen today Lily Allen, who is a British pop star. She went for a role in a movie, but she turned it down because it would have required her doing a love scene with her brother.
Oh, yeah, that's fucking weird.
You got to turn that down, yeah.
There was, I've talked about it before. It was on HBO. It was very popular, called The Larry Sanders Show. It was Gary Shandling. And for the first 4 seasons, he was with this woman that was on the show, and then they broke up, and then he fired her.
Oh.
Yeah, and he only fired her because he was uncomfortable being around her.
Yeah.
And then he brought her back for one scene, the last scene of the whole series. And then they did interviews years after, and she said she was so hurt by that.
Oh,
which I understand.
Sure.
Of course you're hurt by that.
Yeah, you lose your companion and also your career.
And you really didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
You just, the relationship didn't work out, and you got fired. That's fucked up.
That's why it's tough, yeah. And this does happen. Some of the ones that they mention here, Jennifer Aniston, she was dating this dude named Tate Donovan from 1995 to 1998. It's when she, was doing Friends. And I think she did this. I think she brought Brad Pitt on Friends as well. So she broke up, but they had already made an agreement where Tate Donovan would come in and play her boyfriend for 5 episodes. So that was already locked in. They break up, and then he comes on the show, and she has to act like their boyfriend, girlfriend right after they broke up.
Well, that's like when you're going out with somebody that you work with, and then it doesn't work out, and then you got to go into work and still see that person and work with them, which I know very well.
Even more than that, can you imagine you've got to act like you love them and you're holding hands and kissing and doing bedroom scenes together?
It'd be fucking rough.
It's a whole different level.
It'd be rough, man.
Compared to just trying to ignore somebody that you work with. And I didn't know Kaylee Cuoco and Johnny Galecki from The Big Bang Theory, they secretly dated for 2 years in the early seasons and then had to continue to play love interest on and off for 12 more seasons. That would be tough. Blake Lively and Penn Badgley, they say. Badgley, whatever his name is. They dated from 2007 to 2010 on Gossip Girl. Nina Dobrev and Ian Somerhalder on Vampire Diaries. They had to go through it. Cole Sprouse, Lily Reinhart on Riverdale, and then Leah Michelle, Matthew Morrison on Glee.
Did you ever have that where you were going steady with somebody and then broke up and you had to still work with them? I'm talking legit work with them.
Yeah, there was one time it was in California, I had dated a sales girl, and we continued to...
That was one of my situations.
Yeah, we continued to work together.
Those sales meetings where this is great, and it's awful.
It's tough.
It's tough.
That's why you got to watch being in that situation.
Or your neighbor, watch out that your next door, watch that situation. And if you're in college and you just started class, be careful of that one. I've had that happen before where the 3 weeks in we started dating, and then a month later it it kind of falls to shit, or 2 months later, and you still have a good 3 months left in the semester, and you have to work with that person if you're doing group setting shit, and that's what happened. It was so awkward.
Yeah.
Awkward.
You think that kind of stuff used to happen all the time when you were in school?
Yeah.
I mean, I remember, I think I was in 4th grade. Love of my life. I swore we were going to get married and have kids. Beth Sams. And I remember she turned left to me and handed me a note, and I was so giddy and just had the butterflies in my stomach.
Great feeling.
I opened up the little note that she had all nicely folded, and it said, "I want to break up." And then I see her turn and pass a note to Seth Palmer on her right, and she asked him to go steady. And on the playground, they were holding hands.
Oh, Seth had a fucking snake.
It was a devastating day.
Yeah, he was packing.
It was a devastating day. And so I had to sit there in class and just watch them passing notes back and forth right off to the side of me.
That is always, when it feels like you're in a movie. I remember.
It was terrible. It was so hurtful. I couldn't even focus on school.
I was 19 years old. No, I'm sorry. I just turned 20, and I was dating this girl named Stephanie, and I had a crush on her. I really liked her, but she was calling it off with the bird. She's like, no, I kind of ghosted me a little. I knew it was over. Yeah. And I was at this party in Jupiter, and it was a pretty packed party, and I was sitting on the couch, and I'm drinking a beer, and now keep in mind I'm 20 years old, and she walks in with this surfer fuck named Billy.
Billy.
The perfect surfer hair. They're holding hands.
Yeah.
And my friends knew who she was, so they go, "Oh man, Bird, you all right?" I'm like, "Damn, that fucking sucks." And as I'm saying that fucking sucks, I'm drinking my beer, and the cops come in.
Oh no.
And they don't catch anybody but me. They grabbed me, and
what a terrible night.
I got busted for underage drinking in front of the girl who just dropped me in front of that surfer fuck.
And Billy's probably like, "Hey, bro.
Oh, yeah.
All right, man. Have a good night, man. Hang 10.
And like a dumbass, I don't know why I did it. I lied to the cop about my age, but I only lied about a week with my birthday. It was a dumb, stupid lie that didn't even make any sense. He called me out on it. I had to admit that I was lying.
Wow.
This is all in front of...
Oh, that even makes it worse.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, to your point, I understand about that Seth Palmer story.
Yeah, it's hurtful.
It's hurtful.
It's embarrassing.
But it just goes to all shit
it's
like
terrible.
that, man.
But
it's kind of also comedic, too.
Yeah, no. They had some of the worst celebrity breakups that have ever happened. Now, I didn't really realize this. I remember it was a big deal. I was young, but there's a love triangle back in the day between Kiefer Sutherland, Julia Roberts, and Jason Patrick.
Yes.
You know, Jason Patrick and Kiefer Sutherland had done The Lost Boys together, and I think were like good buds.
They were. And
on the day she was supposed to marry Kiefer Sutherland, Julia Roberts ran away to Ireland with his best friend, Jason Patrick.
That's not cool. Patrick's the dick on that storyline.
How do you do that to your boy? Your best
You're
friend?
not supposed to do that. And then you run away on the wedding day.
Yeah.
To basically have sex with your girl.
Yeah, and then Kiefer Sutherland wound up having a good career after that, and Jason Patrick's went to shit.
Karma.
Yeah.
You wonder, too, if people get turned off by that kind of shit. Let's say you're a director, you're a writer, you're in the know, and you like Kiefer Sutherland, and you see Jason Patrick do that, you go, fuck that guy, I'm not helping that guy out. I mean, you can burn bridges that way.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably what happened.
It probably was. Well, I mean, keep in mind, Kiefer Sutherland's the son of Donald Sutherland, who, I mean, that guy got clout. That guy's been in some amazing movies, and you can't tell me that he wasn't going around being like, yeah, fuck that guy.
But that's got to be the worst, because you're not only really losing your loved one, your significant, you're losing your best friend too, or your good friend.
That even makes it worse.
That'd be like a Denny's. If I ever loved somebody, him hooking up with her, Denny's. What the fuck?
And then he's just gone. He's like, too bad, so sad, bro.
Yeah, it would. I mean, we get emails all the time where that shit happens.
Oh, it does?
That's got to be a kick to the dick.
Terrible. Terrible. Russell Brand, they say, ended his 14-month marriage by texting Katy Perry that he was divorcing her.
He doesn't seem like the kind of guy that needs to be in a relationship.
Yeah. Or married. And keep in mind, too, I mean, what has he done recently?
Yeah, he still does stand-up. I'll see him pop up. He does interviews sometimes.
But he had a hot hand with Katy Perry. He was doing movies, and he was all over the place.
It's tough for those comedians to keep that long-lasting. I mean, look at Dane Cook. Remember how popular he was? He was the guy for a good 3.5 years, and then... shit.
You're right. He's got nothing going on now.
People use him as a punchline, and he was wickedly
For how bad, yeah.
For
For how he's fallen off.
totally.
Yeah. And then Crystal Harris left Hugh Hefner's mansion 5 days before their wedding and then took his favorite dog with her. She left with his favorite dog.
Well, she probably was like, "Oh my gosh, I just saw his balls. They're very old. They're
I can't
very
leave
long.
him. She can't take a man's dog.
A woman can only take so many liver spots on the dick."
Yes. And then she had to call it quits. That's just absolutely terrible.
I'm just kidding. I'm not trying to pick out people with liver spots on their dick.
What do you think about this idea? Frito-Lay just debuted a new line of potato chips that taste like other chips and snacks. For instance, you'd be eating a potato chip that tastes like Cool Ranch Doritos.
I hate it. I think it's dumb.
You'd be eating a potato chip that tastes just like Cheetos.
I think it's dumb. And I love games and I love food. I don't like this for some reason. I think it's stupid.
Or you'd be eating a potato chip that tastes just like Funyuns.
Don't fuck with my taste buds. You can fuck with so much in my life. Don't fuck with my food.
I guess it's if you like, for instance, and I do have to admit, sometimes Funyuns would wreck your mouth. But I love the taste of Funyuns, but sometimes I like to wreck my mouth. So, hey, Kev, here's what we got for you. A potato chip that tastes just like the Funyuns, but you're not going to wreck your mouth.
You're right. A Funyun is a bold... I'll even go and say Funyun's a bully ingredient type of chip, but I do love me a Funyun. Sometimes it's the bully wins.
A Cheeto can also kind of wreck your mouth.
It can.
And a Cool Ranch Dorito, if you ever get that thing turned around and you get the corner down on the roof of your mouth, that can wreck your mouth.
That's rough.
So you can make an argument this is actually a good thing if you love all those flavors, but you don't like wrecking your mouth.
I still don't like it. I don't know. It
Okay.
takes the purity out of it. Fat Kevin, were you a Funyun lover?
Yeah.
Combo lover?
I like combos.
Combos are underrated, I feel. They're a good snack.
Yeah.
They have that cheap-ass cheese in there that I
I
love.
had the pizza. It was really
The
good.
pizza ones are the best. They're the best combo.
Okay, yeah. I liked combos. I liked all these. I really like Cheetos.
Pringles, I'm a lover of... I stand with Pringles.
Absolutely.
They do a lot of good different flavors.
I think I like the cheesy ones.
They're very good.
Yeah.
I'm a regular guy. I love the standard.
They can hold their own.
With French onion dip. I love a Pringle and some or a Ridge
Yeah.
chip. That's so good.
Yeah.
Oh,
They'd have
fuck, I'm
that
hungry.
stuff in the can.
Oh yeah, I love all that shitty stuff.
How's your diet going?
It's going actually really good.
Good. Good for you.
I am not. I've not cheated. I've done great for almost 16 days now.
You dropping the LBs?
I am dropping it. Don't worry. You'll start getting the emails. Jaybird looks like he's got cancer.
Okay.
Jaybird's sickly again.
Yeah.
You'll get those comments.
Okay, so the
coming.
LBs are coming off.
They are definitely. Oh yeah, I just weighed myself. I'm in the
Yeah.
170s again.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I was. I think I got up to 193 at the worst of the pandemic.
Okay.
After the October month of death.
All right, yeah.
I was fine. Then I started putting weight on again. Kind of had my own rumspringa.
Well, you go 20 pounds usually either direction.
It's
huh?
my personality. I'm very extreme. It's very tough for me to have balance in any aspect of my life.
Yeah. So
It's a challenge for me. I just got to admit it.
we can almost look back at old KVJ photos and you can tell what season is by your face.
Well, me and you have changed the most because
Yeah, we have.
you change your look. You
Yeah.
change up your fashion, but even
Right.
your actual body has changed.
Oh, I've radically changed. Yeah, people are still seeing me. I saw somebody yesterday and they're like, "Well, what happened to you?"
Well, I didn't realize because I was with you all the time.
Yeah.
I never thought you had a bad hair problem. I mean, I would make jokes about it, and I know you would talk about the top of your
Yeah,
dome.
right,
But
yeah.
I look back on pictures now, and I can see a little
Big
bit,
time.
a little bit of the thinning
Yeah,
going on.
It's a drastic move. Hair club, baby.
And then I was looking at, I had the Randy Macho Man look going on. Remember when I was doing the low budget wrestling
Yeah.
for a little bit?
Yeah.
And I was dyeing my beard.
Yeah.
Jet black. That wasn't a good look. That was a fucking terrible look. And I was all portly. Yeah. Not all looks. not all of them great.
Virginia's been like consistent the entire time. She looked like the same person from 22 years ago.
She really does
Yeah.
look. Now Virginia haters are no, she doesn't. Blah blah blah. But honestly, Virginia
For the
looks,
most part, yeah,
For
she's
the
been
most part,
consistent.
of course, she's gonna age a little bit because
Yeah.
it's been 20 fucking years. She looks a lot the same.
I've got, you and I with our looks, our hair, our clothes, our body size,
Yeah.
all over the place.
I mean, well, I'm clean shaven sort of right now, and I have long hair. I've never looked like this. I'm going through
Got to
something.
keep them guessing, man.
I love it.
Got to keep them
I
guessing,
fucking love
brother.
it. Every time someone complains about my hair being long, I add a month.
It gives you more power.
Well, I add a month to growing it out.
There you go. There you go. All right. We'll hopefully get those emails back in here tomorrow, but you can drop us messages. We'll check our Facebook and stuff like that, too. Thanks for being around with us. We'll see you back here tomorrow for World Record Wednesday.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.